Hello, I wanted to make a quick tutorial of the tarot for my channel, and this video is going to be about how you can get your cards to speak to you directly, how you can communicate with your cards, how you can ask them questions, and how they can respond. So what I did was I asked my cards about this Saint Michael candle. So I want to actually burn it. It's unlit here, and I wanted to use this as an intention candle. And I know that normally Saint Michael or Archangel Michael is for protection. As you can see here, he has a sword and he's standing on top of a demon. He also has the scales of justice like you see in the justice card. And also the card of justice does have like this sword in her hand. But he is a very protective and I guess very energetic warrior. He's very powerful, can overcome more negative energies and entities. So I wanted to use this candle, but I wasn't sure if I should be using it for protection or other things. I kind of wanted to just experiment and see what they would say. So I did shuffle my cards, and what I had gotten as the shadow card was the King of Wands. And I thought this was interesting because there he is. He's showing up. Archangel Michael is showing up as the King of Wands. This is the sort of the theme card that I always look at as the shadow. I just noticed this too, that he's above the Queen of Wands. So the King and Queen are here together. I don't know if I might be the Queen of Wands, maybe because I'm attempting to set an intention. Either way, he's showing up as the King of Wands here, and I found this surprising because I've always seen him having a sword in his hand, right? Like the King of Swords would. So in the past, I have attributed the King of Wands to this King of Swords energy. I'm like, oh, that's Archangel Michael. So I went ahead and asked what he could help me with. So this was for protection. I said, could you help me with protection? I got the Page of Swords. There he is with his sword here. I feel like he's always on the lookout. The Page of Swords is like, yeah, no big deal. That's what I do. So it's very characteristic. Pages are news, messengers, news bearers. They bring news. And he's always on the lookout, right? So then the second thing I asked was, can he bring me love? And I've got the Sun card. Now the Sun is a very powerful energy. It's very potent. It's very strong, and it's very positive. I'm like, well, of course, yes, he can also bring love. That actually surprised me. I didn't know that that was something he could do. I don't know if that's what people usually call on Archangel Michael for, but I found it interesting. And then I asked for business success, and I got the King of Swords. Now this was the card that I normally attribute Archangel Michael with, as I was saying before. So here we have two swords characters that are very congruent with his natural character of holding this weapon, holding this sword. Okay, so here it's like a dagger, and here we have like a full-blown sword of protection. So I thought this was his indicator card, what I normally use for him. So this area also felt like this is a strong suit as well, business success. Then I asked about health. Can I ask him to grant me good health, or help me stay in good health, or bring me good health? And I have the Three of Wands. Now this is the brightest card. As you can see, it's the most yellow, other than the actual Sun card here. So this is like positive health, good health, and it's incoming energy. This card is about the effect after the cause. So there's a cause and effect. This is the response to what's being sent out. So yes, of course, he can also bring good health. So far, it's looking really good for the things that you can use this intention candle for. The last category was for an astrological alignment that's coming up soon. and it's a eclipse, and I said, could he help with adverse astrological influences? And I got the Fool card. Now the Fool card does also have the sun in it. We do have a solar eclipse coming up. Here is a guide, and it's someone who is able to protect or follow along with the Fool card as he sort of takes this leap of faith off of the edge of the cliff here. So it could be sort of a rocky energy or not a very supportive energy, one that's very maybe tumultuous with the solar eclipse, but here he is as a guide. So I figured that this was also, and it's also very yellow too, it's also very bright. So I figured all of these things, could be used for this candle. And this is how the cards can speak to you when you ask them direct questions. And so then my last question was, well, can I have him do all these things? And I got the final answer here, and it was the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is traditionally about choices, making decisions. So it's like, no, you have to choose. Choose one. Don't be greedy, right? So the King of Wands is showing me that he can sort of jump to any of these things. He's very helpful energy. The King of Wands is very motivated, very helpful, wants to protect and lead and defend people. He's very noble. He's like a courageous king. So it actually doesn't really surprise me in the long run that the King of Wands came up as the Archangel Michael energy, even though I was anticipating the King of Swords. So this is just an example of how you can have a conversation with your cards if you want some advice on how to do something. This is the example that I'm showing you. This is what I've done tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this video.